LXP. I have a quick poll here, once again to do with your specific business context and the challenges you currently face. So there are a list of challenges here. So please do take a minute to respond to this poll. Getting managers to make learning a priority, increasing employee engagement, making sure learners know where to find the resources, and of course, teaching employees to use technology more effectively. So please select as many as are applicable to you. Okay.
Okay, so most of them have voted. I'm closing the poll because we are a little short of time. So the biggest challenge is increasing employee engagement in learning with 78%. That's followed by getting managers to make learning a priority for their teams with 56%.
Okay.
Then we have making sure learners know where to find the resources.
Right. So I think this is a challenge which we have faced in the past, and given the enormity of the task at hand, it becomes even more challenging in the current times. So what the answer, the solution to this is actually this last trend. But before that, I want to just quickly touch upon these statistics. So in the poll that was rolled out to L&D professionals globally by LinkedIn Learning, these are the stats. 49% of them felt that getting managers to make learning a priority for their teams was a big challenge, closely followed by increasing employee engagement in learning and the rest of them. Now, we all have struggled with this, and we have put certain systems in place. However, that has not really, that may have worked for now. But is there a better way to do it? Is there a better way to increase employee engagement? Is there a better way to make resources available? And how do we make sure that learners themselves take charge of their learning? So this is where an LXP plays a revolutionary role. A learning experience platform. It is it's like an entire learning ecosystem with one unified interface. And most L&D professionals used to spend the biggest part of their time in curating and building content, building resources. Now, an LXP is a platform which integrates resources across multiple platforms and it curates them. It it does most of that the foundational work which would otherwise occupy L&D professionals, thereby freeing them up to focus on more strategic work. And LXPs also give a personalized learning experience where the platform itself gives recommendations. So think of Netflix, think of the way it recommends shows and movies, the way YouTube recommends something based on what we have viewed earlier. Now that's something which is dynamic, it keeps changing, and the system tracks our preferences, our behavior, how long we've spent, our performance. So think of LXP as the Netflix of learning, if I may use that word. Now, you may be wondering how different is it from an LMS? Now, I think most of us who've had LMSs in place for a long time now know that we host materials, and we also know that an LMS is typically administrator centric. So it has been built, the software has been built keeping in mind the needs of the administrator, the training manager, and how they can set up structures for the learners. So because it is so focused around the admin side of it, it is not necessarily very friendly, and learners may find it difficult to use and navigate. And of course, the LMS serves as a repository of content. Now, the LXP, on the other hand, it integrates learning resources across multiple platforms. So everything does not have to sit inside your LXP. It pulls in and curates and present content based on what your employees are looking for, what they're searching for, what they've been viewing in the past. So the focus is entirely on the learner, and they drive the learning experience. So the platform itself is easy, intuitive because it's learner centric, it is user friendly from the learner's perspective, and it can pull resources from external sources. And what is more, it also provides learners the opportunity to upload their own content. So user generated content can be uploaded, which again can be viewed by other learners who are interested in that, because the system itself offers up anything that is related to uh, a specific learner's interests. So here's a very quick visual representation of how this LXP curates content across multiple sources. So you have your intranet, your ERP systems, your CRMs, then you have your intranet, your various digital assets which are hosted on various platforms. So all of these are something that an LXP can dynamically pull out and present to learners. So this actually helps to a large extent to address the question of how do you make learners more engaged with learning? How do you make them more self-directed and take charge of their learning? And with increased employee engagement, the problem of reskilling and upskilling becomes easier to solve when it's done through a platform like the LXP. So the three key capabilities which I already mentioned are that it curates content, and it is possible to have social integration. So you can set up, in fact, you can even set up learner generated playlists, uh, and learners can collaborate, they can share knowledge, they can share experience. And data analytics is another important aspect which the LXP makes it easier. So you can track completion, not just completion, but learner activity. You can It can offer the organization insights on the learner's social activities within, and also leverage the facility of having peer feedback. So LXPs basically leverage AI, artificial intelligence, to make sure that the learner is presented with content which they need and which engages them, which interests them at their point of need. So these are some of the key benefits